what made you? What really, encouraged you to become a dating coach?
Yeah, man, it's funny. So if I tell you like just a brief story about it, so I've always been like a writer at heart, right? And I've always been enamored with the study of human behavior. I was a psych major in school, right? So I love the study of human behavior, and relationships always intrigued me. And so when I started blogging, it was just about the things I was seeing in relationships. And I'm like a hopeless romantic, right? I love to see people together. And so when I started writing consistently about the topics that I was hearing and seeing, that's how an audience grew. Okay, so the audience grew from the blog, which then the audience said, okay, we want a book now. So I gave them a book. And then they said, oh, we need a reading person. We need events. So my point being in all of this is the calling just took me on the journey. Okay, so it was always in me because I loved what I loved when I was younger. For example, I was the guy who was writing poems for his friends to give to their girlfriends. You
Oh
see what I
wow,
mean?
okay.
I was writing the love letters for them. You see what I mean? Like I was always that guy,
Yeah.
because I was like I said, like a little hopeless romantic. I was kind of before my time, frankly. And so now I see the other piece of this story though is growing up, I saw the difference in outcomes with healthy relationship versus unhealthy relationship. Because my
Mm,
parents were in both. I saw when their relationship was really healthy, then I saw when it broke down, right?
yeah.
And I always felt like the healthy part felt better. It was
Yeah.
better for me as a person, for my mental health and all those kind of things. So I said, you know what? I want to promote the healthy parts and not the negative parts. So that's how I kind of got into this.
Okay. And then you kind of already gave me the premise of your books, and the inspiration came from just life. And that's where really any
Mm-hmm.
creative, that's kind of where things come from.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could narrow it down, I would say social media for sure is one. But
Mm-hmm.
why do you think, well, let's get into this. Millennials are very hard today, young millennials especially.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That my age range again, 25 to 34.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give my few reasons. So one, I believe that I seen a post and it was so funny, and it said it was a dude and it basically saying, so I'm supposed to be chasing you and pay all your bills. I think unfortunately I'm gonna get into social media that created not only with the dating apps, but also has created unrealistic logics.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, oh well, he need to be paying all the bills, and oh, he needs to do all this. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's best and what works for your household. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
some men who be like, I'm going to pay all the bills, and the woman she be like, no, I'm gonna pay, no, I'm gonna pay all this.
Mm-hmm.
But some women don't like that, so it just really depends on really you. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely believe social media dating apps. I definitely believe unrealistic expectations, and I feel as though, and just based on what you've seen, what else could you add to that? What do you think are some
Yeah.
other reasons why?
Yeah, I feel like the millennial generation, especially the younger one, they're stuck. Remember, I said in between. They're stuck between traditional and modern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're in this place where modern tells me I need to chase my bag. That's the most important thing, right? I need to chase a bag, get money, and forget relationships, right? But what happens is over time they start to realize that relationships matter. Okay, so by the time they get into relationships, they end up realizing that they don't have relationship skills.
Mm,
Okay, because the bag don't equate to good interpersonal relationships. You see what I mean? So
yeah.
that's why you see a lot of trouble. Like when it comes to the dating piece, the key, what you said, is unrealistic expectations. So remember, social media, what it does is it gives you the highlight reel. So all you look at is how beautiful everything is. It's relationship goals. It's all these other things. Well, the problem is real people have real issues, real problems, real traumas, real you have to consider someone else. They have real selfishness. They have all these real things that we aren't ready for because all we saw was relationship goals,
Yeah.
right? Which ultimately creates this lack of staying power.